have an Aztec for life, one of the greats, friend of the show, longtime broadcaster on San Diego State Radio Network broadcast, J.R. Topher. We have worked together, I think, for 8 years. He now heads up Aztec Link. They're doing some great work right now. I want to tell our listeners, and J.R. is going to talk about this as well, a lot like we talked about with the Mesa Foundation, where they were raising funds for NIL efforts. Aztec Link is doing the same thing right now, this 100-yard challenge. You can get more information by finding Aztec Link on social media or go to azteclink.com. They're trying to raise $100,000 in NIL efforts before the start of the season. They're well on their way, and you can support right now by going to azteclink.com. JR, first of all, thanks for hopping on. How excited are you? We'll talk about the initiatives with Aztec Link, but how excited are you? New era. We're 9 days out. You ready to rock and roll, my friend?
Oh, man, I'm so excited. You know, you get the goosebumps before you go to bed, but before Christmas when you're a kid and you wake up 2 or 3 times in the night checking the clock to see if it's time to open the gift. That's how I feel. I feel like the Senegal community is going to get a chance to open up a nice little Christmas gift come next Saturday when it comes time to play some Aztec football.
What was your reaction to Danny O'Neil getting the nod to be the starting quarterback?
I was surprised. And I think most people in the community, were surprised. Again, coming from high school to college is a humongous jump. I tell people all the time, I played in the NFL for 4 years and professional football for 6 years. The biggest jump is not college to pro. The biggest jump absolutely is high school to college. You got to grow up mentally pretty quickly. You're 18 years old playing against 23, 24, sometimes 25-year-olds in this COVID era, right? So the ability for that kid to come from the Midwest, graduate school early, enroll early, and figure out a way to not only perform on the field, but you have to know that there was a lot of things that wasn't happening on the field that gave Coach Lewis some confidence in the film room to earn the respects of his teammates. And again, you got a lot of guys on that football team that have played college football in a bunch of major ways. And as an 18-year-old true freshman, to figure out a way to become the first true freshman starter ever in the history of San Diego State, it surprised me, but I'm excited about it. I trust Coach Lewis and the way he's been able to develop quarterbacks and build offenses. And, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander.
J.R. Tolver's with us right now, the Aztec for Life, John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, talking about the opener, the Sean Lewis era. We'll talk about Aztec Link as well. We saw the news this week that Keenan Christian's going to miss some time, had surgery on an ankle. We know this is part of football. Obviously, injuries do occur. You hate to hear it. He's meant a lot to this program. He's been in college football for the last 4 or 5 years. But how do you feel about the group overall? Even in the absence of Keenan Christian, it feels like with the addition of Marquez Cooper, guys like Jalen Armstead and Cam Davis and Lucky Sutton, it still feels like they have more than enough. Do you see it the same way to start the year?
Yeah, man. That's probably the deepest position on the football team. I mean, the secondary, I think, is also shaping well to be one of the strong points. But if you look at offensively, that running back position is I think, by far the deepest, most experienced, talented room on that side of the ball. And again, Keenan Christian, I was so excited for him to really be able to come out and showcase his God-given talent. I mean, the kid can run like no other. And I think you get an offense like Coach Lewis offense where it's built on going fast, creating space, attacking weaknesses in a defense. You get a guy like Keenan who is, going to be the fastest guy on the field 9 times out of 10. And you give him the football, all he needs is a little bit of a seam to change the game. So very, 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 sad for Keenan. But, I've been watching him in real life. I've seen him in person a couple of times, and I watched his social media, and you can tell he's just a fighter. His whole thing is, hey, man, this happened. I'm going to get healthy. I'm going to get back out there, and hopefully he can be a tremendous benefit to the Aztecs down the stretch. But, yeah, as far as that running back room is concerned, Marquez Cooper, the leading NCAA rusher right now, and Lucky Sutton, a guy who's kind of been waiting in the wings for a few years. I think he's going to get an opportunity. Jalen Armstead had a tremendous year last year and what was a down year for San Diego State. I know he's chomping at the bit to get back out there. And for a freshman quarterback, you know, you're going to need your running backs to make a ton of plays and your offensive line to make a ton of plays to take the pressure off of you. I think that running back room is going to rise to the challenge.
What do you hope to see? Like, what do you want to see game one versus Texas A&M Commerce?
So that's a good question. I think the easy answer is we want to see some points on the board, right? Mm-hmm. I think San Diego State fans, myself included, it'd be phenomenal if those, you know, points came through the air. I think it's been a while since we've had an opportunity to really showcase the skill positions on the outside and the quarterback in a way that we've all grown up. I mean, that's how I grew up, watching Will Blackwell and Azakim and Billy Blanton just throw the football all over the field. But I think what I want to see from Texas Commerce is really what we saw, how we've seen San Diego State football win games over the past 10 years. How did they do that? They did it by dominating and being tougher than their opponent. That usually comes with the ability to run the football and stop the run. I still want to see that. And I think if you can run the football and stop the run, everything else becomes kind of icing on the cake. So if you're asking me, you know, as a wide receiver, they may take my wideout card away here, but I would love to see San Diego State come out and dominate Commerce up front, run the football for, you know, over 200 yards in that first game. Obviously figure out a way to have a high completion percentage, but I really want to see them dominate the game, dominate the time of possession, run the football really well. And if Danny can go out and have a turnover-free game, I think we're on our way for week 2.
JR, I want to get our listeners to do this right now. I want to have someone, if not multiple people right now, go to azteclink.com because you've got kind of a special offer going on right now for anyone that donates to the 100-yard challenge. Okay, at azteclink.com. If you contribute $16 or more, just $16 or more, you're going to send them a Be the Alpha, which is kind of the mantra of Sean Lewis t-shirt. Is that right? First 100 people that
absolutely.
donate $16, azteclink.com, they're getting a t-shirt from you.
Yep. For first 100 donors, I think we're up to 56 or 57 donors last I checked that contribute over $16 to the campaign. I'm going to send you a Be the Alpha t-shirt. The Be the Alpha mantra is something that if you look up Coach Lewis, and this is something that he's lived by since his days at Kent State, it's actually a really, really, really cool story how he came to that. But yeah, the Be the Alpha mantra is going to be something that's going to live and breathe through this Aztec football program, just kind of like Aztec Fast. And if you donate $16 or more to the campaign, I will personally send you one in the mail so you have some Aztec gear to rock come game day.
How about that? He's going to personally send it to you. Start at San Diego State, now heading up the Aztec Link Collective, the 100-yard challenge going on right now. All you have to do is donate $16. You're walking away with a t-shirt. You're supporting San Diego State student athletes. Is there anything better than that? $16 or more right now, azteclink.com, azteclink.com, and you're going to walk away with a Be the Alpha t-shirt. JR, appreciate you as always. Looking forward to seeing you next Saturday. Can't wait for the opener right here on San Diego Sports 760. I cannot believe it's back. And thank you, my friend, for doing it. We always appreciate it, man.
Thanks, man.
No worries, man. This 100-yard challenge is going to be awesome. We're excited about it.
100-yard challenge. Again, real quick, are you still there? Do we still have JR?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, I was going to say real quick, also, based on the donations, you're doing community service, right? The more people donate, the more community service that's going to be done to support the Lucky Duck Foundation.
John, and that's the big thing. You know, name, image, and likeness is really a way to get student athletes involved in their communities in meaningful ways that are meaningful for them and also ways that are meaningful for the community. So we've teamed up with the Lucky Duck Foundation, who has just done a great job of tackling homelessness here in the San Diego community. So for every $500 we raise through the 100-yard challenge, we are going to donate an hour of community service to student athletes. So donated our community service back to the Lucky Duck Foundation. So it's an all in all great way to not only support the program, but to support one of the biggest issues in San Diego, which is homelessness.
AztecLink.com. Again, a $16 donation or more, you're walking away with a free t-shirt courtesy of our friend J.R. Tolver at Aztec Link. J.R., thanks, man. We'll see you next weekend, all right?
Sounds good. Thanks for having me.